If you really want to do something, you'll find a way. If not, you'll find an excuse. There is a sentence that quietly divides human beings into two groups. Not rich and poor, not talented and untalented, not lucky and unlucky. Just two groups. Those who find a way, and those who find an excuse. The strange part? Both groups often start with the exact same dream. The difference appears later, when reality arrives. Because everyone is motivated when an idea is new. Everyone is excited when success exists only in imagination. But the moment discomfort enters the story, human nature reveals itself. And that's where most dreams die. Not from impossibility, from justification. Look carefully at people's lives. The person who says they have no time somehow finds hours for distractions. The person who claims they want change repeats the same routines for years. The person waiting for confidence never notices that confidence usually arrives after action, not before it. Human beings have an extraordinary ability. We can convince ourselves that our limitations are facts, when often, they're simply decisions we've repeated long enough to believe. Imagine a building on fire. Inside is everything you own. Would you suddenly find energy, courage, urgency? Of course, because the obstacle didn't disappear. The priority changed. This is one of the most uncomfortable truths about human behavior. Most people don't lack resources. They lack reasons powerful enough. When something becomes important enough, creativity appears, endurance appears, solutions appear. The human mind becomes astonishingly resourceful when it stops negotiating. The world loves to talk about motivation. Motivation is overrated. Motivation is an emotion, and emotions are temporary. Some mornings you feel unstoppable. Other mornings you don't want to move. If your actions depend on motivation, your future depends on mood. The people who accomplish extraordinary things understand something different. They don't trust motivation. They trust commitment, because commitment keeps moving long after excitement disappears. And excitement always disappears. This is why so many people stay trapped. Not because they can't move forward, because they have become comfortable explaining why they haven't. Excuses are dangerous because they sound intelligent. They arrive disguised as logic. I need more time. I need more money. I need the right opportunity. Maybe. But sometimes those sentences are simply fear wearing a suit. Fear rarely announces itself honestly. It speaks in reasonable language. And that's why so many people listen to it. There is a hidden psychological reward in making excuses. They protect the ego. If you never try, you never have to discover your limits. If you never start, you never risk failure. And for many people, uncertainty feels safer than truth. But there is a cost. Every excuse trades short-term comfort for long-term regret. And regret collects interest, year after year, decade after decade, until one day you wake up wondering what happened to the person you intended to become. Watch people who achieve remarkable things. Not celebrities, not billionaires. Ordinary people who transform their lives. They all share a common trait. At some point, they stopped asking if something was possible and started asking how. That tiny shift changes everything. At some point, they stopped asking if something was possible and started asking how. That tiny shift changes everything. Ask why something won't work, and it will provide evidence. Ask how it can work, and it begins building pathways. The obstacle remains the same. The mind does not. Most people imagine success as a dramatic moment, a breakthrough, a lucky opportunity, a life-changing event. Reality is far less exciting and far more powerful. Success usually looks like repetition, a workout nobody sees, a page written when inspiration is absent, a difficult conversation that cannot be avoided, tiny actions repeated so consistently that they eventually become impossible to ignore. The future is rarely changed in a day. It is changed in thousands of ordinary moments. Tiny actions repeated so consistently that they eventually become impossible to ignore. The future is rarely changed in a day. It is changed in thousands of ordinary moments. Here's the paradox. The harder something becomes, the more valuable commitment becomes. Anyone can move forward when conditions are perfect. The real test comes when progress is slow, when results are invisible, when nobody applauds, when quitting feels reasonable. Because that is the moment where character is built, not when the path is easy, when the path gives you every reason to stop. And you continue anyway. Imagine meeting yourself 10 years from now, not the version created by dreams, the version created by your daily decisions. Would that future self thank you for waiting? For hesitating? For collecting excuses? Or would they ask why you spent so much time standing still? Most people fear failure, but failure is rarely the heaviest burden. Regret is, because failure teaches. Regret haunts. Failure ends when the lesson is learned. Regret survives for decades. At some point, every person faces a moment of truth, a moment when the excuses stop sounding convincing. Nothing changes until the story changes. Life does not care about intentions. It responds to action. The world is filled with talented people who never moved, and average people who refuse to stop. So the next time you hear yourself explaining why something cannot be done, ask a different question. Not why, how, not what's missing, what's possible, not what stands in your way, what step comes next. Because the quality of your questions determines the direction of your life. And eventually, every dream reaches the same crossroads. One road is built from action. The other is built from excuses. You cannot walk both. You must choose. Because the quality of your questions determines the direction of your life. And eventually, every dream reaches the same crossroads. One road is built from action. The other is built from excuses. You cannot walk both. You must choose.